Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. In today's video, I'm going to show you the major step that was taken this past weekend as far as the garden restoration goes, and I'm going to be giving an update on the fundraiser. So with that, let's get in the garden and get this started. So, as I had mentioned, we had a huge step forward this past weekend in the garden as far as the restoration goes. We had received our first physical donation from Harry Downey at Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping, and I will put his contact information up a little bit later in the video. But he stopped by and he dropped off an entire skid of sod. And now the chessboard is complete. So here we are before the sod. And this is after the sod. Obviously that was 2 different days as there's no sun out today, but still, just look at this. I mean, how friggin' awesome is this? It looks so good. Even the day that we put it down, I couldn't help but just stand back once it was all in and just look at it and take it all in. All the work that went into digging this up and laying the sod. Man, it's so beautiful. It really is. Again, this is thanks to Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping. Harry Downey is an awesome dude. Very nice. And this is so much appreciated. And here, before I forget, let me put up Harry's contact information for his company. So that was Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping's contact information. Please do contact them for any landscaping or hardscaping needs. As I said, Harry is a very cool person. And I can't stop looking at this every time I come here. This is like my 3rd time here since this past Sunday. And I just can't stop looking at it. I will also be putting the Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping information down in the description of this video, just in case you didn't catch it. Man, so awesome. And here it is from a different angle. And you just think back to that first video I did when I first started digging things up here. Started over in that corner over there and worked my way out there, and then my secret little helpers had come, dug out a few of the brick squares, and then it was just a whirlwind after that. And here we are. About 3 months after we started. So in looking at the pictures that I had taken while I was at the Ben Salem Historical Society, I found that not only were there hedges that went around the chessboard, but I found out that there was hedges over this way as well. So best I could tell from the pictures that I was looking at is the hedges were growing on this side of that brick path. And they went all the way down to there. And then of course there were the hedges taller that were growing all along where that wooden fence is. So it'd be really cool if we can make enough money in the fundraiser to afford that, or if they get donated. But keeping in mind that any donations, as I've mentioned before, all have to be native to the area. The spades are still pretty much weed free. Little bits of weeds growing up here and there. Nothing major. And over here at the raised bed or cold frame, whichever you want to refer to it as, you can see that the weeds are starting to grow up again, but that's to be expected. There's a lot of root systems underneath this soil that are all weed, and it's going to keep growing. But you can see the cardinal flower, or whatever it is that the other volunteers had planted, still doing pretty okay. However, the blue mist flower that they planted doesn't look too good. That's probably not going to make it. But as I mentioned before, I think the best solution as far as all the weeds that are growing in here would probably be to dig up at least half of this soil and then till up what's underneath, because the soil underneath is really good. We would just have to add more fresh soil on top, but that's not going to be for a while yet. I was looking back in some of my older videos when I first started coming here, and there was definitely a brick right here, like one of these big bricks. And I think it had either fallen from here or from here, but it was definitely here. I have no idea what happened to it. Got to be around somewhere. If we can find that, maybe we can reattach it with some cement. Me and one of the other volunteers had been talking about the possibility of repainting this wall as well, which I do believe I mentioned pretty early on, one of the things that I wanted to do. Also, this is what once was that wasp's nest that had a small hole that they were going in and out of. Apparently some animal decided to dig into it to get to them, and now they're not there anymore. So, problem solved. Last week when I was here, I was talking to a couple people who had been keeping up on the progress of the restoration of the garden. And when we started to talk about this right here, I had mentioned to them that we believe it to be a seat from one of the concrete benches that were in here. They had mentioned that it's at the perfect position and the perfect angle that we might put some kind of commemoration plaque on there. So that's something we might want to look into. Maybe just, you know, even just a simple plaque that said this is Serobia Garden or something like that. Maybe a little history. And I think that's a pretty good idea, but we'll see about that. Also, as I was talking to another person last week, they gave me the idea that maybe I might want to look into the process of declaring this whole area a historic site. That way, if God forbid somewhere down the line the state should decide that they didn't want the park anymore and started selling off the land, they would not be able to touch this. So I will look into that at some point and see what the process is and try to determine whether or not I'm able to do that. Although I would think I should be able to. But we'll see. Still love this chessboard. And so that was the update on the garden. I do apologize for not putting out a new video last week. I know I've been averaging at least one new video per week for quite a while. There just wasn't anything new to show you here. I instead spent that time talking to the park manager and the maintenance crew so that we could organize this sod drop off. And between the other volunteers and Harry Downey himself, we managed to get it cut and laid, and it looks great. So thank you to all the volunteers, and thank you to Harry Downey of Downey Landscaping and Hardscaping. Once again, his information will be down in the description of this video should you want to contact him for any of your landscaping or hardscaping needs. As for the fundraiser, we are now in week 2 of it, and we have managed to raise $950 so far, which is amazing. So thank you to everybody who has donated. Thank you to everybody who has shared out the link. Please continue to share it out. And if you wanted to donate and you have not been able to do so yet, no worries. This is going on all winter long, so you have plenty of time. So please share the link and donate whatever you can, whenever you can. It's going to a great cause because we're bringing this garden back to life. So I guess just make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and hit that notification bell and give this video a like, and I think I'm going to get out of here now. So as always, make sure you stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.